And today we're going to do a couple things to get our trail rated again. Hold this up with my hand. See, our clutch fan doesn't really work very well. So what we're going to do is we're going to run some longer screws in the back of the fan down there and lock her up tight for better cooling to try and get our transmission to last a little longer. The other issue we have is we've got some sort of issue with this lockout. It quit, the right front wheel quit pulling, and that's eventually why we ended up putting up the Bronco that day. And we're gonna see if we can't figure out what went wrong in there and if we can't fix it today. I guess the only other modification is it's got these are actually late model Jeep Cherokee wheels that we thought were the same bolt pattern but are not. So I ended up drilling them out to make them fit, but it all worked out in the end. There's wheel spacers on the back, there was wheel spacers on the front. They're cheap wheel spacers. When I went to take them apart, they fell apart. So we are not running them on the front, and I haven't taken the back apart yet. I've got a different set of tires for it. We'll find out if they come apart then or not, and we may have to buy another set. So one of the modifications we're going to do to the Bronco is we're going to lock the fan clutch up tight. And to do that, we're going to take these short screws out and put these long screws that I've sharpened to a point in, which will drive through that disc and lock it up solid so that this can't turn separately from the fan, which will aid in cooling. I'm not going to promise that we're not going to sling the fan apart at high RPM, but we'll find out. Everything about the Bronco is cheap. Why should we stop now? Okay, now that we got that done, I had to do some extra modification. My longer bolt broke off, so I ended up putting a nut on it in order to fix the fan blade down tightly. And now we're going to reinstall her in the Bronco. As you can see, I cannot turn that separate from the fan. So, we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so I've got my lockout apart, and what had happened is my welds had come loose here, and it had allowed that gear to slide back and forth and come off of there, which unlocked it. It's hot right now from inside this hub, which I don't know if you can see in there. There's some teeth down in there that this all locks into, and then they spline onto the shaft there. So we're going to put this side back together and take the other side apart and double check it while we're doing this. Okay, in our first video, like 20 minutes into the day, the Bronco lost reverse. And I've got it pulled up here to the garage. We're gonna see if we can't get her fired up and see if reverse will work right now. Got drive. Oh, there it is. I've got to move around here a little bit. Just not hit Grandpa's truck. That'd be bad. My father. My son's grandfather. It's curl around in here a little lower. I've definitely got the four-wheel drive working again after we welded that up. We're gonna double check the other side since we're here. But I gotta get a little closer because the airline won't quite reach this far. So we're gonna ease in over here and we're gonna take the other side apart and touch it up as well. Well, in the midst of working on things, we found that the fuel tank is leaking here where the strap is. And if we'd had video of it, you could only imagine why that's the case. So I guess it's time for a fuel cell, which is fine because I've actually been kind of wanting to do that, because if you come over here to the left, you'll see that the fuel tank is kind of my limitation in the rear. So if we get rid of that, move it up top, we can shorten her up some more and maybe get some more departure angle. Until next time. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the little notification bell up at the top. There is going to be plenty more content to come. Eventually there will be a rebuild video on the Bronco transmission. Obviously there's going to be a fuel cell install video as well. Just stick around. There's plenty more to come.